Hello, everybody. Welcome to Just Upright. If you are new here, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button so you will be updated with the latest videos that I'm releasing. So, my name is Doc Jing Ruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm your foreign educated Physical Therapist Guide to United States application. I hope you guys are doing great. So this channel is intended for foreign educated physical therapists around the world who wants to be guided on how it is to apply to the United States because it is a very complicated, overwhelming process. Okay, because your school, my school, different schools in the world have different programs, very different to the U.S. program, and the U.S. have very specific requirements before you can apply here as a physical therapist. Okay, so check out the videos that I have made. I have tons of videos, hundreds of videos here on Just Upright that will answer your questions. If not, if you want a step-by-step, systematic, organized way of applying to the US, I have the USPT Turbocharge Masterclass online course that you can access 24/7 repeatedly over and over again. Once you enrolled on it, you have unlimited access, and so you will be guided well and you will not commit the usual mistakes that a lot of foreign educated physical therapy do, and unfortunately very expensive ones. Okay, if you commit those mistakes, you're losing a lot of money and you're delaying your process, getting frustrated, stressed, confused, anxious. Okay, so for today, what we're going to discuss very shortly is the requirements of FCCPT for the documents, okay, that you're going to send, especially in foreign language. Okay, so what are the requirements for you to submit your documents so that it will be acceptable to FCCPT, so that you don't need to resubmit another documents and waste your time and money, okay, and avoid delay. Okay, so that is coming right up. So we are on fccpt.org, requirements how to apply foreign language documents. Okay, so this is the guidelines from FCCPT website. So it says here, if a school or licensing authority will not submit documents in English, or if documents arrive in native language, FCCPT will send documents to you, the applicant, electronically using the email address on file so that you can arrange for translations by a professional translator. Okay, so if, for example, you didn't know this before, you ask your school, I'm applying to FCCPT, you pay the documents, you pay the school to submit the documents to FCCPT, but it was not translated in English. So what it says here is FCCPT will send the documents to your email, the email that you use, remember, the email that you use when you apply online on FCCPT website. Okay, so they will email it back to you and you have to arrange for it to be translated by a professional translator, not just anybody. Okay, it should be a professional translator. Okay, so important, if you have document translated prior to having the document sent by appropriate school or licensing authority, the document will not be accepted as official. Okay, so do not get ahead of the school sending the documents. Okay, so it should be after, or if your school, okay, can actually translate it in English. If they have an English version of your document, that will be a lot less problematic. Okay, so like in for example, in my personal experience from our school, it's our transcript of records, the curriculum, the course description, the internship, all those important documents are written in English. So we this is not a problem for most of the Philippine school. But I have encountered many other schools in different parts of the world that their official documents are not in English but in native form. Okay, so do not get ahead of the translation. Okay. Next, the translated copies must be sent directly to FCCPT by the professional translator along with the original language copy and a notarized statement as the translator's certification. Okay, so there are 3 things here that you have to submit, that the translator has to submit to FCCPT. Okay, so the translated copies, and then the original language copy, and the notarized statement of the translator's certification. Okay, so you have to remember to submit those documents, or ask the translator to submit those documents directly to FCCPT. Okay, the documents do not need to be translated in the United States. Okay, and it's very expensive here if you have it done over here. But the translation must be done by a professional translator. Okay? One place to find professional translator is the American Translators Association, or ATA website. So let's try to open that ATA website. So this is it, American Translators Association. Okay? So you can visit this website and see if you can find anywhere for your country for a translator. Okay, and then important, FCCPT will not send the applicant documents for translation for New York Credentials Verification Service. If NYSED requires translation, they will contact you directly once the documents have been submitted to them by FCCPT. Okay, so if you don't know yet, okay, FCCPT primary service, okay, I will point it out. These are the primary service of FCCPT: Type 1 review for immigration, Type 1 review for licensure, ECR. I just like to point out that New York has their own FCCPT verification, okay, credential verification. So, tip, because this was asked before, can I use Type 1 review for immigration for New York? No, you cannot. For New York, you need to do New York credential verification. Okay, now, some people use Type 1 review for immigration, yes, for the healthcare worker certificate, which is needed by your employer to file you with a working or immigrant visa. Okay, so for me, what I did the New York credential verification of FCCPT, but I got my healthcare worker certificate through CGFNS. They call it Visa Screen Certificate, and that is a separate certificate that is for immigration purposes. Okay, but for FCCPT, you need New York credential verification. And then for visa, you can choose the Type 1 review for immigration, but that is more expensive compared to the Visa Screen Certificate of CGFNS. Okay, so that's very important tip for you guys. Okay, so I hope this is a helpful video for you. All right, there you have it, guys. I hope that is clear for submitting documents, foreign documents, to FCCPT. If you have any other question, clarification, or video suggestion, put the comment section on the comment section below, and I will put that on my list of videos to do next. And also, please do not forget to like, to share, and to subscribe to this channel, because it will really help me reach more foreign educated physical therapists around the world. And for those who are really desperate for help and you need a one-on-one consultation, the link is down below for you to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me. I will go through your unique situation and make the best recommendations so that you will be successful with your US application. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Until the next video, stay blessed.